Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is a recording of a webinar which I conducted for a group of college students who wanted to know more about RPA. These are the students who are absolute beginner, have no idea about RPA and wanted to get started. In case you are someone who is looking to start their career in RPA UiPath, this video is perfect for you. In this video, we are talking about what exactly is this RPA technology, what are the benefits, and most importantly, if as a student I have to get started, where do I get started? Where do I get the software? Where is the learning plan? Whom I can reach in case I need some help? And what are the next steps? All of that is covered in a step-by-step manner. All the video links whichever we have discussed in this video are available in the video description. At the end of the session, if you have any more questions or you need any information, feel free to reach out via the comments, or you can also drop me an email as well. Having said that, let's get started. Guys, I'm just sharing my screen and let me know once you guys are able to see my screen. I'll share the screen here. Able to see my screen?
Yeah, sir.
Great. Okay, so thank you so much guys for joining. Just a bit introduction about myself. My name is Mukeshkala. I am a 3 times UiPath most valuable professional, and professionally I'm working as an RPA manager with a company called Boundaryless Group. I do have my YouTube channel called Tutorials by Mukeshkala, and more about myself you can check on my website mukeshkala.com. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I would be happy to assist you, guide you on LinkedIn. You have my email ID, right? So after this session, if you have any questions which are not addressed in the session, feel free to reach out to me on the other social media platform as well. Always happy to help you guys. Okay. So now let's get started and by having a quick introduction about RPA, right? So what exactly is this thing and why exactly we are doing this and what are the next step as a students you should follow? Okay. So to get started with, so most of you might not heard of this term, right? Or some of you might already heard of it. So today my idea would be that at the end of the session, I am going to tell that what exactly is this technology, right? And why as a fresher or a student, you should worry about it, right? So whenever I talk about RPA, right? RPA stand for robotic process automation. R robotic, P process, and or A automation, right? So RPA is a technology which is a software program that mimics the human action. So whatever as a human you are able to do with the help of a keyboard and a mouse, all the same tasks the robot is also able to do, right? So when I say that all the tasks, whatever you do with the help of keyboard and mouse, the robot is also able to do, this means that you are going to create a assistant for yourself. You are creating a robot for yourself. Now, when we talk about robots, many people think that we are creating something, super duper robot, which would be walking on my desktop, something like an Iron Man kind of thing, right? No. When I talk about RPA, it is a technology where we are creating software robots. Same like we have a program which is running inside the computer. RPA is a technology that creates a robot. When I say robot, I do not mean the walking and the talking robots. I mean the software robots, right? So at a very high level, RPA is a technology that mimics the human action and to do some of the task, right? Now, a question arises, what exactly it can do, right? So as I have already told, it can mimic the human action. Whatever as a human you do with the help of keyboard and mouse, the same action the RPA robot can also do. It can operate on any application. It is not restricted only to, let's say, Excel, Notepad, PowerPoint, or let's say calculator, right? It can operate on any application. It can operate on browser. It can operate on databases, enterprise applications such as Outlook. It can operate on Gmail. It can operate on SAP. It can have access to the APIs, right? All the things all have integration with RPA technology. It can read the data and action on it, which means that if I have a set of data, it's not only restricted to reading and writing the data, I also can manipulate the data with the help of RPA as well. When I am working as a human, right? I always have a tendency to do mistake, right? I cannot work 24 cross 7, but these are the software robots which can work 24 cross 7 without resting. The best part about RPA is that it is quick to implement and powerful to scale. When we go to the practical implementation, right, then you will realize that how easy is this technology to go and implement yourself, right? So this is at a very high level what exactly is RPA. Now, what exactly it is not? These are not the walking or the talking robots or the humanoid. These are not the warehouse robots. And important thing, this is not a human replacement. Whenever I talk about RPA in the session, right? And first I told that it is everything, whatever you do as a human, the robots can also do. The next immediate question comes to everybody mind that if everything the robot will do, what I will do as a human? Is it not taking my job? Is it not taking my work? Right? So the answer to that question is no. It is not a human replacement. Now it is only taking the mundane and the repetitive task from yourself, right? So let's say I see somebody called Smita, right? So let's say I give Smita a task where she has to daily go to a portal, download some data, put it into an Excel and send an email, right? She would do it for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. After 1 week, 1 month, she would be like, hey, I'm not learning anything new. It's very boring. I'm not getting interested, right? It's very monotonous work. All those works can be done by a robot. So what exactly the human will do? The humans are there to do the creative task. The humans are there to take decisions. Robot do not have brains. They cannot take decision for you. You teach the robot click here, it will click here. But what the what the robots cannot do, they cannot take decisions. They cannot be creative. They cannot put brain into something, right? That's where the humans are required. So what is this technology doing? All the mundane repetitive task which the human is doing in an enterprise, the robot take cares all of that. Okay, what robots can do? Log in into any application, just a very high level, trust me, it's a lot. It can log into any application, be it a web application, desktop application. With the username password, it can log in, move files and folder from one folder to another folder, read and write to databases, scrape data from the website, make the calculation. It can operate on emails where it goes to email, download the attachment, process it, send an email. All of that can be done. It can work with documents, PDF, email, forms, you name it, and RPA technology can work on it, right? It can connect to system APIs, meaning application programming interfaces, right? Where the system can interact directly with the backend of some sources, right? That capability also the robot has, right? These are the very high level since all of you are students. So there are some of the use cases which you all can relate, right? So think of a college, right? So when you are coming to a college, right? So when you have came for the first year, your college has a database system where the student data is managed, right? So first year, let's say there are 100 students coming. So there is somebody on the system who is just sitting and putting all the data into the system. First student, second students, let's say first student Rachna, second student Swati, then I have Amulya, then Lakshmi, right? Like that, all these records are getting inserted into a computer by one person, right? So if somebody would notice that work, they would notice that, hey, this is exactly the same work he is doing on a repetitive basis, right? Enrollment process. Now, let's say after second year, the number of student increased to 200. What the college has to do, one person is not enough. They will go and they will hire one more guy. Then next year, let's say the volume increases to 1000. They have to hire new people, train them, and do all this processing, right? What ideally can be done is all this process is mundane, repetitive, can be given to a robot where the robot reads the data, put it into an system, and generate the student identity cards, right? Same like students, when you go to a company, the company also has a lot of onboarding, right? A company, very big company, which is having 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs employee. Every time an employee joins, the HR has to onboard them to systems. They have to create their ID in the human resource portal, in the payroll portal, in this portal, in that portal, right? A lot of mundane and repetitive tasks, exactly same, but with different data, right? That's where RPA robots come in picture, right? Take another example. So I can have a robot which takes attendance, right? We all are in this Zoom session. Now, if I want to take attendance, I can definitely write a small robot who can just execute whenever there are people who are joining in this meeting, just take the name and put it in an Excel sheet. It can take the attendance for me, right? I can have a robot, let's say for the payroll, right? I have to generate salary slips. So once the month end is there, now I have to generate a salary slips and I have to send everybody that, hey, this is your salary, right? Now, instead of one person creating those salary slips, I can write a robot which can do the salary slips, input the data, processing, and job done. Take an example that I am the dean of your college and I have to invite all of your parents for a parent teacher meeting. I do not want to send a group email. Rather, I would like to send one email to each everybody, right? So I have your parent email ID and I have your name, right? I can write a robot which will take your parent email ID, your name, and say that, hey, Mr. This is for your meeting. You are invited at this time, right? So I can invite people. I can get feedbacks, right? A lot of processing can be done. If you talk about just these are the small processes which you can relate, right? Just now think from a company point of view, a bank. There are a lot of data which is mundane, repetitive task, right? Which is happening. People doing calculation, putting the data from Excel database, doing this copy paste, right? All that work is taken care by the robot. One good example which I can say is that, let's say you have a company, right? And that company has close to 3,000, 4,000 employees who are working. And now there is a new software which has to be installed on the computer. Now software installation is a very easy thing. You just open it, click next, 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 click on install and that get installed. Now if I have to install it 10,000 times, I need somebody to go to those individual machine and install it. Rather, I would just simply write a robot and that robot will execute all of that in all those machines, right? Very easy task, right? Accounting, reconciliation, right? In a bank, a lot of transactions happen on a day, right? Debit, credit, credit, debit, stocks, debit, credit, debit, right? At the end of the day, if I want to do a reconciliation, I want to see which are the amount debited, which is credited, right? I can do all these calculations with the help of robot, right? So this is what robots can do, and trust me, these are the only examples which you as a students can relate. Okay, there are more interesting use cases which RP can do. Okay, so having said that, I will now go to okay, let me just take a pause. If you guys have any question, you can put it on the chat, right? Meanwhile, let me quickly open a thing that how you can get started, right? So let me quickly show you that how easy it is to create automations on RPA, right? I told that it's a low code, but you don't have to trust me, right? Let's say you have an automation. Okay, let's define a task. Okay, so I'll just open a website. I'll go to my edge. Okay, and this is the automation I'm writing in front of you, so you would be able to see, right? So SHA, right? So let's say this website, SHA1 online. Okay, so this is a website which generates an SHA code whenever you put some data into it, right? So let's say if I put Mukesh and I click on hash, what happens? It generates a hash code, right? So I have a employee data, and for all the employees, I have to generate this SHA task, right? So let's say this is my employee name, right? So I have all these employees in an Excel. As of now, for example, I have only put 10 employees, right? And I have to get all these hash code from this website. This can be 10, 100, and 1000. How do you do it? You just go to this website and click on hash and it generates the hash code, right? Now, you might be thinking that, guys, if you're not speaking, can you please go on mute? Thank you. Okay. So you might be thinking that it's a very difficult task, right? To read the Excel and all those, right? But trust me, it's absolutely easy, right? So I'll go here and I'll say new sequence, right? Some of you might be looking this for the first time. So I'll tell you step by step how to get started, but see that how easy it is, right? You might guys be aware of .NET, C Sharp, Java, right? If you have a programming background, this is a piece of cake for you, right? So what is the first thing? So let's define our use case, right? So our use case was that we have to read the Excel, right? And then get the SHA code, right? Get the SHA code. Now, how do you get the SHA code? To get the SHA code, you have to open the browser and you have to type something and then you get the data, right? That's what you have to do. So to read the Excel, if I go to the activities and if I just type here Excel, you would see that UiPath has given me all these options and these are pretty easy to understand, right? Delete the column, delete the rows, filter the range, read the range, right? Delete the sheet. As the name suggests, you might have understand that what it is going to do, right? So for example, I have to read an Excel, right? So I have to read an Excel. So I'll go here and I'll say read range, right? I have a little more experience than you, so I know that which activity to use, but you might be understanding that what these guys mean, right? You just have to drag and drop. It's a low code platform. What it is asking, tell me the workbook path. Okay, so I'll click on this button and I'll just point it out. Where is my Excel? My Excel is located in D, it's located in the data folder, and this is the employee data. That's it, right? Now it is asking me, what is the sheet name? What is the name of my sheet? The name of my sheet is data. So I'll go here and I simply write data. That's it. What is the range you want to read? It says range, right? This is the range. If you want to read all the data, just put double quotes here. That's it, right? And your Excel is ready in the UiPath Studio to read. Now think of it like that. If you have to do it with .NET or you have to do it with any other technology, right? You can do it absolutely, but it won't be that easy, right? You have read the Excel. Excel is available with you, right? So I'll go here and I'll store this data into some variable, right? So I hope you guys understand a little bit programming because I want to pass the data from one block to another block. So I'm storing it into some variables, right? String, integer, decimal, boolean, right? Exactly the same concept. All of that are available here as well. Okay. So once you have read the data, what we have to do is we have to go to this website and we have to do something, right? Now, if I have to do something on that website, right? I have to open the browser, right? This is a browser, right? So what would you do as a human? You would open the browser. So I'll go to the activities and I'll search here open browser. I want to do that, right? So I got an activity called open browser. Drag and drop it here. Now it's saying insert the URL, right? So what is the URL? This is the URL. I'll copy this and paste the URL here. What would happen? This will open the browser for me. Next, it does not have brain, right? So it is asking me, Mukesh, you have Google Chrome, you have Edge, you have Firefox, right? Which browser you want to open? I say I want to open Edge. That's it. Once the open browser is open, right? So to open the browser, I used open browser. To read the activity, I have used read, right? Now, what is the next thing? I have to type something here. Can anybody tell me what would be the activity to type something, right? You can use the chat. Let's see. I'm not expecting a correct answer, but what do you guys think? There would be an activity in UiPath to type something, right? What should I search? Okay, somebody says type. Okay, okay, somebody says type. Okay, let's go to the activities and search here type. I want to type. That's it, right? Type into. That's it. I'll just drag the type into here. Now it's asking me indicate where do you want to type? No brain. So I indicate and I'll point it to where you want to type. I want to type on this button, right? Now it's asking me what do you want to type? So let's say I want to type hard codedly. First I'll put Mukesh, right? That's what I wanted to type. After you type here, what do you want to do next? I want to click on this button, which is hash, right? So what do you think? What should I do to click one, right? What do you think what would be the activity to click? Click, right? You have click, you have double click, right? You have click image, right? You just name the activity and it's available. Drag and drop the click here. Now it's asking me indicate on the browser. So I'll go here and I simply click it on this button, which is the hash. And that's it. Now, what do you want to do after that? I want to read this data, right? I want to read this data. So I want to get the data. So get text, right? See, you have get text, you have set text, right? All these activities are available for you. So I'll use the get the text, and then it is asking me indicate what do you want to get. So I want to get this guy. I'll point it and it got me right. And then what do you want to do? Let's say for now, I say that I just show me it in a pop-up, right? In a message box. So I'll drag and drop a message box here and I'll say that just show that value in a message box to me. So the output of this activity, I'll just go here. I'll put it in a variable called output, right? I'll got the output and then I simply put the output here. That's it, right? This completes my automation. I'll save this, right? I'll close this Edge browser also, right? See, and this Excel part will connect both of them, right? But let's see this browser part, right? I'll just save this and I'll just disable this for a while. OK, now I go here and I say run the file, right? What did I do? I just instructed what as a human I wanted to do using the low code activities. Now what is happening? UiPath Studio is executing my instructions. So as you can see, this grid indicates the robot is working. It has opened the website, right? Then what it will do, we have instructed it to type on this one. See, it typed Mukesh, it clicked on the hash code, whatever the hash code was there, it will read the hash code. And then we instructed it to put it in a message box. So here is your message box. See, exactly the same thing. That's it. A simple question now. Do you think it is easy? Just write in the chat, yes or no. What do you feel, right? Did I write a very complex logic or do you feel that yes, it's very difficult, right? What do you guys feel? It's easy or it's difficult, right? Just let me know in the chat. What do you guys feel? Okay, I see some of you are typing. Let's see what people have to say. Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, cool. So what's next, right? So once you are done with this thing, right? So now you might be thinking that this thing is okay, right? But why even I have to drag and drop those activities, right? Can UiPath automatically do it for myself? The answer is yes, right? Let me show you one more interesting feature, right? So and then similarly, that Excel, right? I have read the Excel. We will pass the data into the Excel and that will do the stuff, right? I hope that you understood that yes, all of that can be done, right? So let me show you one more interesting stuff, right? So let's say I have to today write an X automation where I have to go to this notepad. I have to type hello in the notepad and then I have to click on this, let's say the format button or this, and I have to do something on the notepad, right? One way of doing the automation is drag and drop the activities. UiPath though have an option which is called this one, which is called recorder, where you can record the stuff. Same like you have a camera in your mobile, right? You click, you start the recording and you just record the things and you replay it again and again, right? Same thing you can do with the automations as well. You just come here, click on this button, which is app/web recorder at the top. I click on that button and you can see that it has started the recording, right? My cursor is changed. Now, whatever I do with the keyboard and the mouse, all those actions would be get recorded, right? Let's see that. So first of all, see this in my automation. I'll just close this, right? Maybe I'll just delete this, right? I have a blank canvas of automation, right? I don't have any automation. I'll go to this one, which is app/web recorder, right? And then I'll point it to this one. Now, whatever I do, all the actions are getting recorded, right? I click here, okay, and then I type here, hello students, right? Then I say confirm, right? Then I click on this button, which is the format. Okay, then I click on this button, which is the help, right? As you can see, all the steps are getting recorded. Then I click on this button format. Then I click on something, let's say here, like, and then once I'm done, I'll just simply click on this button, which says save. You just do all the steps and see the output, right? Activities to type, it has used the type activity. To click, it has used the click activity, the click activity. Now, all I have to do is just go here and rerun the automation, right? So in case I am not sure about what activity to use, I have always an option to record the automation and rerun the automation again and again, right? So just now we do the recording. Now the automation has started. Clicked on the format, click on the help, whatever you instructed, the robot is doing the same stuff. Not only this, right? Let's say after writing this automation, you felt that, okay, I wanted to add one additional step, or instead of hello students, I wanted to type hello faculties, right? You always has an option to edit the recordings, right? You can introduce new activities in between. You can delete the activities. I don't want this, delete it, right? As simple as that, right? Let me show you more powerful stuff, right? So let's say you have a website which is having a lot of data which you want to extract, an Amazon website, a Flipkart website, right? Which is having data in a tabular format. Okay. So today I tell you that you have to go to this items, let's say work items. Okay. And you have to extract all these data from this website, right? You have to extract it from page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to extract all of this and put it into an Excel file. As a human, it will take you a lot of time. But if I go to UiPath Studio and see here, I am just going to use an activities. I'm not going to write any code, and all those data would be extracted by the robot for me, right? How easy it is. I have something which is called table extraction. I'll click on that. Okay. And what does it says? It's instructing me, right? Click on add new column. Okay. I'll click on add new column, and then I'll point it to any one of these. Okay. That's it. Would you like to extract all the columns? I say yes. It's collecting all the information and it's showing me that Mukesh, I have collected the actions, action URL, WID, and this 10 indicates that there are 10 rows column, right? Now here, this is also showing me what is the data it has extracted. I just keep my mouse and I can see that what all data it is extracted. Now, extract data from multiple pages. It is no. If I want to extract data from multiple pages, I just come here and I say, yes, I want to extract the multiple pages. That's it. Now it is asking me, tell me where is the next button, right? How do I go to the next page? I say that here is the next page, right? This is your next page. Okay. And it is extracting and save and close. That's it, right? My complete extraction is done. You guys don't believe me, right? I just did 2 clicks, right? Now, if I go to here, you can customize this, right? How many data you want? You want 100 records, 10 records? What is the limit, right? Number of items, how many items you want to limit, right? All of that you can change here. You want only 10 items, you can do it, right? I have a requirement. I want all the data. After this data is extracted, I want to put it into an Excel, right? Let's say I want to put it in Excel. To read the Excel, I use read range. To write the Excel, I will use write range in the activities, right? So I have write range. Now Excel is asking me, where should I write? So I'm telling me, create an file called data.xlsx. Inside here, what should be the sheet name? So the sheet name may be students, right? And what is the data? Whatever data you get from here, extract data, put those extract data here. That's it. Now, if I go here and I simply run this automation, you see what happens, right? I just use 2 activities, 2 clicks, right? And it will now extract all these information from the web page and put it into an Excel for me. If I have to do it as a human, I have to copy, paste, copy, paste. I might do errors. It might take a lot of time. Now you can see my hands. The robot is automatically extracting the information from the pages, right? So as you are seeing, it's on the page number 2. Then it will go to the page number 3, page number 4, page number 5. So as you can see on the top URL, right? It is extracting this information creating that data, and once the extraction is completed, it will simply go and write that data into an Excel sheet. I am not doing anything. All of this task is now done by the robot, right? Now you can customize this robot to work for 10 items, 100 items, 50 items, right? All it has to do is just go here and just click on that next button, extract it, click on next button, extract, next, extract, right? So as you can see at the top, it is creating to page number 4, and you see here nowhere I have mentioned that you just extract from 6 columns, 7 pages, 8 pages, right? I just mentioned that extract all of that. It's extracting, right? Page number 7, 8, 9, 10. You can use to extract this data from, let's say, Flipkart, let's say Amazon, right? I want to get all the laptops, all the prices. I can use to extract data from that website as well, right? Page number 8, page number 9, and the robot automatically understand that once all the data is extracted, I have to stop, and then it will simply go and put the data into the file, right? So all of that is automatically done, and you just have to instruct the robot, right? I'll take a pause, guys. If you guys have any questions which comes to your mind, right? Please feel free to ask. I would be more than happy to answer that questions, right? Do you have any questions? Great. Now, I think you found this technology interesting, right? Now, what are the next steps, right? Let's say what do you get once you learn this technology, right? So for that, I am going to go to my browser. Okay, how do you get started with this technology? I'll go to my browser and let me just open any one of that. Okay, and to get started, you just have to go to this one, which is called uipath.com, right? So UiPath.com is an official website for UiPath. The tool I was using was UiPath. There are a lot of RPA tools which are available in market. Why do I am focusing more on UiPath? Because this is the leading tool in the market, right? And it has a lot of AI capabilities which are introduced in this tool, right? So it has, you guys might be, you're more smarter than me, right? You know what is chat GPT, what is OpenAI, right? All of that is now integrated with UiPath, and all of that is available for you, right? But let's say if you're absolute beginner, you want to get started, how do I get started, right? So first of all, you would require this software, which is this one. How do you get this software? So you have to go to this website and you click on this button which says try UiPath for free. You click on this button and that will navigate you to a new website which is cloud.uipath.com, right? You have to just provide your information. What is your name, your college name, not a college name, your name, email ID, last name, some of the information. Click on the sign in and you will be getting something like this, right? And here you have a button which says download studio. That gives you this software absolutely free to use, and you are ready to get started with the software, right? Now the second question arises, I have the software, how do I start the learning, right? I cannot directly start like this, right? Where do I start? For that, you just have to go to the next website. I'll share these links. You have to go to this website, which is called academy.uipath.com, which is the official academy for UiPath. Okay. The good part about this website is that it has a lot of courses which are freely available. And once you complete these courses, you also get a certificate as well, which you can put it in your profile, which you can put in your resume, and you can say that, yes, I have the knowledge of RPA, right? So when you go for any interview, clients or companies, right, you can say that, hey, I am already having a knowledge of RPA UiPath. So definitely add value to your profile, right? So now when you come to this website, this is how it look like, right? So here you can see that there is a button which says that new to automation, right? Click on this. Okay, absolutely new to automation. It will land you to this one, which is the automation starter, right? Automation starter means for the beginners who are just starting the automation. Once you come here, you just click on this button which says enroll. Okay, and then you have something which is called start learning now, and this will teach you introduction to automation, what is the AI powered automation, and it will guide you to create your first automation. And once you complete all of that, you will also get something which is called the diploma for completion, right? Which you can put it on your profile. You will get a certificate with your proper name, right? So you can start from here, right? Once you are, let's say, done with this one, and now you want to explore more. So you see here, there are a lot of different plans which are available, right? So what you can do is you can click on this one which says career path, right? So since you all are students, right? So you might be thinking, right, that what are the different things? Am I always going to be a developer, or what exactly is this all about, right? So when you talk about a company, right, in a company, when you talk about this RPA software, right? Somebody is very good at development, right? I can write code. I am very good at developer, right? But let's say there is someone, personally, I don't like to write code, but I'm very good at understanding the business. I always can join the industry as an RPA business analyst. Now, what is that? I would be the person between the RPA developer and the actual business. I have a good communication skill. I can talk to people very well. So I'll go to the offices, I'll understand the automation requirement, and I will convert that requirement so that my developer can understand. There is a role which is called automation business analyst, and this is where it has this one. Then you can be an automation developer, which I was doing, right? You can be writing code to develop the automation, right? Then you have something which is testing, right? If everybody is writing automation, who is going to test those automation? There is a role which is called the RPA testing. It is different from your manual testing, right? It is called automated testing. So people who write automation, they are RPA code. Now to test that RPA code, you require a different set of skill. You might be very good at finding defects, finding bugs, right? Reporting the issues. You can be an RPA tester, right? You can also be someone who is supporting the RPA. So let's say there is a company who has developed 100 automation. Now, after 100 automation, the developers are all moved to new projects. If there is some changes, some issues which are coming in the robot, who is going to fix that? Right? So I, as a company, always require people who can support the existing automation, which is called L1, L2, L3 support. You can be a support engineer. You can be an infrastructure engineer, right? Who design, who deploy these robot, who move these robots from development to production, right? All the deployment infrastructure related stuff you can do here, right? And then there are some senior role like solution architect, who are a bit senior role, project manager. You can start with something which is the AI capabilities, right? So RPA is not only like that, okay, I'll start this and I will become an RPA developer, right? It has a lot of roadmaps, right? So as a student, you can think that there are a lot of possibilities, and this website, all of this data is available on the internet, right? It's all free. Just sign up and get started, right? The last thing which I wanted to tell you guys is that there are something which is called certifications, right? So now once you complete these learning plans, you get something which is a diploma, right? Which everybody can get. But then UiPath has something which is called paid certificate. These are the certifications, right? These are the paid certification. This would be, I would say, the next level for you. These are the paid certifications for UiPath, right? It has for business analyst, specialized AI, solution architect, right? As a student, as a beginner, if you want to pursue, you can always start with this one, which is the UiPath Certified Professional Automation Developer Associate, right? For the people who are getting started, this is a certification you will get. You can get it, and this has a lot of value for the beginners, right? But that is the next step once you complete your learning plans and everything, right? So certification is also there from UiPath. At any point of time, you are in need of any resources, you just go to this button, which is called resources, right? And here you have the roadmaps. How do you become professional? You can see all the courses. Then let's say I am doing some code and I got stuck, right? I want to take some help. Whom should I ask? Mukesh is busy, right? You can just go to this one which says forum, and that should open a new website which is forum.uipath.com, where there are team which is available from UiPath. There are a lot of people, experienced developer. You just come here and you can click on this button, new topic, and people will answer your questions, right? So as you can see, there is somebody who is facing some issue. I am trying to send UiPath logs. I'm not able to do that. I'm not able to do that, right? And if you click on those, you would notice that people are actually helping them, right? See, You can just come here and post your query, and most of the time what would happen is that you have a query, it would be already answered here, right? UiPath forum is another resource for you to explore, right? Now, when you are practicing, right, you might face that, okay, I have practiced a lot of things, but these are all dummy data, right? I want some industry level use cases, right? UiPath forum has something which is called a use case repository here. See, use case repository and the job board, as the name suggests here, the people post job for the fresher experience, all of that jobs are available here. Use case repository is a place where you have all the automation use cases for you to understand. See, accidental detecting system, in case you want to understand, right, how does the industry work on that, right? All these use cases are available for you. Click on that, read about the use case, practice it, and you can get started, right? Lot of resources, everything available for free. Only thing is you have to just get started, right? Lastly, I think I also have one resource which I wanted to share, that is my personal YouTube channel, right? So I can just go to YouTube, right? I always teach a lot of students this RPA UiPath, right? So that's where I have created my own YouTube channel where you can just go to YouTube and you can search here. Yeah, it's coming. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, Mukesh Kala UiPath, right? So that's my personal YouTube channel here. Here I have also created playlist for the beginners, right? So UiPath beginners can start here. If you like the way which I am teaching, so these are all the sessions which I have created step by step, exactly following the academy, and these are all the steps, right? I have also created some of the use cases which you guys can practice along with me, and that will gain you expertise, right? If you are somebody who is more comfortable in Hindi, on my channel, you will also find the complete RPA Developer Foundation in Hindi as well, and that will help you to gain more expertise, right? I'm also taking interviews for a lot of candidates so that they don't fumble up when it comes to real interview, right? So you can also check out my YouTube channel, and I'll put those links, everything in the description, right? So with that, I will leave you here, right? I hope this session was insightful, and I would like to see all of you at least completing the RPA starter. And once you complete the RPA starter, right, just post it about on the LinkedIn. So in my professional network, what I have learned is that if your LinkedIn, if your professional network is strong, right, it's very easy for you to go ahead in your career, right? So create a lot of connections, be familiar with the people in your industry, right? If it is RPA, connect with RPA developers. If it is any other field, connect with those people, right? Your connection definitely is going to help you to move ahead in your career, right? So for whatever you learn, just post about it on LinkedIn, tag the communities, tag the people, tag the company, right? You never know, right, which post might give you a good opportunity, right? So with that, feel free to connect with me on the LinkedIn. I will share my details to you on the chat, right? Or you can just search me by my name. You should be possibly able to find me, right? Mukesh Kala. Okay.
Okay, so that is all for this video. I would like to wrap this video here. I hope this was insightful. If you have any more questions, any more doubts, feel free to write me in the comments, or you can also drop me an email as well. I would appreciate your feedback on the video, and tell me in the comments what would be the next topic or next video you want to see. So with that, I would wrap this video here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel, and happy automation.